828, 98.7 WFGR. It's Andy O and Dave Cackley, and we've got some special guests in the studio this morning. We're talking about this American Heart Walk, the Heart Walk Grand Rapids.
Yes.
Coming up this Saturday. How do you say that place? Anabawin.
Anabawin Park.
Anabawin Park.
Anabawin. One of these days you'll pronounce it
Anabawin.
right. Okay,
isn't it?
It's Anabawin. Just say Anabawin.
All right,
it's
you
not
say that.
difficult.
I'll go with what I know.
All
But
right.
it's happening this Saturday. There are teams signed up from here to there, all over the place, and everybody's excited about this because it's a
Right.
great benefit for the American Heart Association.
Definitely.
And they asked us to be a part of it.
And I can't wait.
I can't imagine why they would ask us. I mean, this is stuff. This is the kind of territory Andy Rent's in.
This is
Yeah,
usually
now
his-
word of consequence.
Plus, he's in the cardiac era too. So, but we're approaching that. So we need to watch out for our health too.
Well, we're going to talk to Cindy Boma. Bama or Boma?
Bauma.
It's
Yeah, Bama.
Bauma,
We'll
yeah.
get to you in a minute.
just can't
don't
pronounce
be in such a
anything
rush
today.
now. Give that back to the good doctor over there. Look at that. That's a girl for you.
He's
Oh,
got-
my turn to talk.
My turn to talk.
Oh,
I got something to say.
excuse me. Never mind the
All
doctor.
right.
I have got to get the word out. We'll get to you in a minute, Cindy. She's a little.
okay.
She
It's
remember.
okay.
Well, she
Lot-
came
high
last
energy.
week when we were down in the lobby broadcasting,
Yes.
and we talked a little bit about it then. But let's talk to what's your name again, Doctor?
He was gonna. Okay, you've mispronounced
David
two things.
Langholz.
Yeah, there we go.
I know what it was. The guy's having a good time. I mean,
All right.
how often do you get to come in and hang out with two high school dropouts?
Yeah, there.
Not often
See,
enough.
we got to make it fun for you. Look what your life could have been had you not turned into a great heart doctor. So, Dr. Langholz, talk a little bit about your work, what you do in the way of the human heart.
Well, first of all, I wanted to say thank you on behalf of Spectrum Health and Meyer Heart Center and the Frederick Meyer Heart and Vascular Institute for allowing us to be part of this whole process, and thanks to the American Heart Association and the work that you're doing here at WFGR to get the word out. So
This guy's
thank you.
good. We need you back every
Yeah.
week.
Yeah, there you go.
Gets in all the sponsor plugs.
Yeah,
Look
there
at
you
that.
go.
He's-
Makes us sound cool. I mean, you really paid attention in school, didn't you?
Wow. We were at the back throwing spitballs and stuff, so we don't know what's
A couple
going
months ago when we had that VD doctor in here, he didn't do any
on.
of that stuff.
No, he just talked about herpes for like 20 minutes and still
Let's
no
talk
cures.
about the work you do.
No, that sounds great. Well, we're, as cardiologists, we're in the business of caring for people who have heart disease. And as I think most people now know, hopefully everybody does, that heart disease is the number one killer of people in the U.S., so it's a huge problem. The good news is that it is preventable, largely preventable. And our goal, working with the American Heart Association, is to make sure that people can live long, healthy lives that they really deserve. And
Yeah.
we think that's really possible.
When you first start to notice heart problems in people, what age would you say is the common denominator for the first signs of heart disease?
So heart disease is typically associated with people as we get older. The heart gets older, it begins to have some wear and tear on it over the years, and so it is more common as we get older. But that said, given our trends towards diabetes in younger people,
Right.
obesity in younger people, etc., we're beginning to see heart disease at a younger and younger age.
At what age? What's the youngest you've ever seen a heart that you would consider at risk?
We start to see some problems sometimes in people in their late teens and early 20s.
Really?
Certainly in terms of risk factors,
Right.
we will see it in their late teens and early 20s where we start treating some of their risk factors.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I have a question because this is something my sister and I have talked about before because she's very, and a lot of people in my family, very anti-energy drink. And we're seeing a lot, it seems like we're seeing a lot more heart issues with younger kids. And is that, I mean, can you definitively or maybe speculate that some of these energy drinks may be part of the problem?
Yeah, the energy drinks pose an interesting problem. When I'm showing my age here a little bit, when we were younger, it was more coffee and
Yeah.
nicotine, and now it's
Jolt.
more the,
Jolt was,
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew and Jolt.
Yeah, that's right. And now it's the energy drinks.
Yeah.
The issue with the energy drinks is really the caffeine. And the caffeine can stimulate heart rhythm problems. It can cause some blood pressure issues. And so we really, a little bit of caffeine, fine. But some of the multiple drinks during the day can be a problem.
What about like with these energy shots? Because when people talk about it being comparable to just a cup of coffee, but when you're drinking coffee, you're not drinking it in like 2 seconds.
Right.
With these energy drinks, with these energy shots, could that cause issues too?
Yeah, no, it can. And the American Heart Association guidelines actually on caffeine and use recommend no more than the equivalent of 2 cups of coffee a day.
Okay.
And that tends to be safe. Coffee being, that's a 4-ounce, regular cup, I should say, of coffee. And so,
you mean that 84-ounce thing from the gas station doesn't?
That doesn't.
Just, that's probably a little more than we really owe.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like Art Donovan back in the day.
Exactly.
Doctor told me to get on to 6 beers, so I drank 6 40-ounces. What would you tell people the first thing about their heart health? What is the first thing you tell a patient?
Really, it's all about prevention. We've got some great tools to fix hearts. I mean, we can put stents in, we can put pacemakers in. I mean, if it has to be, we can replace the heart. I mean, we've got great tools in our field to help treat people who have heart disease. But the best thing we can do is to prevent it.
Yeah.
So our first conversation is always about the things that can help prevent heart disease. And really, it's with that healthy, what the American Heart Association talks about is My Heart, My Life initiative, the 7 things that people can do to live a heart healthy life.
All
So
right.
that would be on their website.
Yeah, so we'll put a link up to that here in just a few minutes, and we'll talk about that. We are talking to Dr. David Langholz, who is a heart specialist. Now, let's get into something personal here, because Dave just recently lost a brother-in-law.
Yeah, my brother-in-law was 36, and he died of cardiac arrest.
Is there a difference between that and a heart attack?
Well, he had other, I think, medical issues that may have contributed to that. But beyond that, my mom actually had triple bypass heart surgery when she was 49.
Wow.
And when she went in to the hospital, they had actually detected, before they did surgery, they detected like previous heart damage. So you can actually have a heart attack and not know you had it. So they speculated that she probably had a heart attack a couple of years prior to having to have the surgery. So a lot of people think that you're going to know if you're having one, that you're going to feel this incredible pain, and you'll know that, okay, that's what it is. It's a heart attack. But I think you can attest to the fact that the signs are a lot more mild and a lot more subtle than what people probably think.
Yeah, not surprisingly, we're all made differently, and so we all have a different response to disease. And so 25 to 50% of people will not know that they won't really have classic symptoms of a heart attack when they have one.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so in that sense, you really do need to pay attention to those symptoms. If you've got risk factors, get them treated, but also see your doctor on a regular basis so they can look for these sorts of things.
Now, is aspirin still, doctors still say aspirin is one of those kind of simple things, simple preventative
miracle
medicines
drug.
No, absolutely. That aspirin today for people that have heart disease or
a history of
heart disease, or if your doctor feels that it's the right thing to do for other reasons, is a great little drug.
What about, talk to me a little bit about congestive heart failure, because I watched my grandmother as she was getting on her, she was on her last few days, and she had all this congestive heart failure going on. It was not comfortable to watch. Talk about what do people feel if they're dealing with that.
So, yeah, congestive heart failure is a very broad term that just indicates that the heart muscle is weak. And so it can't pump well, so people get fluid retention, shorter breath. And that in a nutshell, there are lots of causes for it, but that is what it is from the patient's perspective. Very common. It's the number one reason, actually, of any disease that people are discharged from the hospital these days. And it's really the end stage of all heart disease, whether it's coronary disease, valve disease, doesn't matter. At some point, the heart gets sick enough that it starts getting weak. Now, that's the bad news. The good news is we've got some great treatment for it. Over the last 20 years, great medicines to help get people out of trouble, help actually remodel the heart muscle. There are some and then ultimately, again, some of the new pumps that are coming out to help support the heart have been absolutely fantastic.
Now, you mentioned the Fred and Lena Meyer Heart Center over there, and they've done great work in this community with everything. And I was watching a show last night on the Science Channel, Through the Wormhole with Morgan Freeman. Have you seen any of these?
Oh, yes.
You have?
Yeah.
Did you see the episode where it was just on last night? They took a guy who needed heart repair, and they flatlined him for 20 minutes. Is that kind of stuff going on over at the Fred and Lena Heart Center? I mean, what they did was they got in there. This guy had all these tears in his heart. They had to repair him. They stopped it from pumping. They cooled his body down to like 15 degrees or whatever, and nothing was going on. This doctor then fired up the heart. He warmed up the brain and brought this guy back to life. Is that kind of stuff going on here?
Yeah, it is. We
Wow.
We will get people in who have had cardiac arrest,
Okay.
and if and we'll cool them sometimes for 24 hours, and just support them.
Yep.
And then bring them back out again. It doesn't always work,
Right.
but more times than not, 10 or 15 years ago, these people all died. Now a substantial number of them really can survive.
Can you give it like a percentage? Like, what's the success rate on these?
No, it's
Yeah.
there's not enough of it being done that
Okay.
I'd want to do that, but we have enough success stories where we know it's worth doing, and we know that these people 5 and 10 years ago would have not survived.
Isn't that just amazing?
Incredible.
They can
The medical advances are just staggering.
unbelievable. Let's talk about the Heart Walk a little bit. All right, Cindy, now you can grab the mic.
There you go.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the Heart Walk this Saturday coming up down at the Ford Museum Big Lawn.
Is it-
That's the big one. Yeah.
or commonly known as Anabawan Park.
Anabawan Park.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't you say it. Don't let him say it. 'Cause
All right,
he's going to
anyway.
screw it up the rest of the
Well, we're
interview.
excited to have you guys and a little scared to have you guys join us as
Well.
MCs this year. So, yeah, but we're going to move forward anyway. I think you're going to be great, and
I
we're
think
looking
we'll do
forward
our
to
part.
it.
We'll try anyway.
Okay. So we're expecting about 750 of our best friends to come on down and join us. We are looking for good weather for the first time, and that's probably the luck you guys are bringing us.
I was going to
because
say, you don't often get 75 degrees
No.
on a
It's-
Saturday in October.
We are so looking forward to it. We've had umbrella walks the last couple
Yeah.
of years, and so we're just really thrilled about that. But it's always amazing, even when it's an umbrella walk, how many people come down and still participate because they're so committed to the American Heart Association and the causes that we work on. And we really think that's pretty special. So we're welcoming Spectrum Health as our local presenting sponsor. Jenny Craig and Subway are our national sponsors. And just a lot of different companies are coming down. People are coming down with families, kids, strollers, dogs. We'd love to have you come down and help raise a little money for the American Heart Association.
Can people still get involved in this?
Absolutely. First of all, they can just come down. But also, if they want to check out some advanced things, we've got a website set up at grandrapidsheartwalk.org.
Yep.
And so people are welcome to even go down there. You guys have a page on
Yeah.
that website.
In fact, you know what? We haven't even put this page out till today because we hope we can get a few people that want to come down and walk with Dave.
Yeah.
And, we'll put that out as soon as we get done talking, and people can join Dave's team.
yeah,
Right.
and
And not Andy's team because Andy's not walking. 'Cause
I got a bad
he
foot.
claims I've got a bad foot.
I'll tell you, you know
could
what?
limp a mile.
Look, there's a doctor here. Look at get some scalpels out. Fix my foot. I'll go for a walk.
So-
Four of your buddies couldn't get it right yet. Maybe you'll be the guy. So anyway, back to the walk. People can still
Yes.
participate.
people can still participate, and we'd love to have them come down and take a walk with us.
What kind of route do we have here? Is it how long?
There's a 1 mile route, and there's one that's just a little bit longer, maybe 2. Is it 2 miles? 2
Well, 2
miles,
miles,
roughly
okay.
2 miles. And, because a lot of people that are with us are there for medical reasons.
Sure.
And so it's not meant to be an athletic outing, but it's a nice stroll around the river. So you head down from the park and walk around the river and come back. So nice time gathering together with people that are there for the same cause.
We wish you the best on it. We're excited about
Looking
being there
forward
this
to
coming
it, yeah.
Saturday. I know it's a little earlier than I care to get up on a Saturday,
Yeah, I
but
have
I'll
to
do
set the
it.
alarm, but
I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it for everybody's ticker out there.
I'll do a little more, of course, since I'll be actually walking. You'll just be talking about people walking. But that doesn't make me better than you. It just means I care more.
You know what that means? That means they can't put you up in front of a crowd because you say bad words.
Okay, well.
And it's been cataloged
Yeah.
by your firings.
Okay.
Yeah, see?
All right, fine.
Cindy, thank you for coming in.
We'll see you Saturday.
Thanks for having
Can't
us
wait
down.
for it.
And Doc, good luck. I mean,
Yeah.
you're going to go back and tell all the other doctors what a good time you had here today, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Where can they sign up for their second career?
That's right.
We could do play-by-play for, like, surgeries and stuff.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yes.
Take a look as he goes into the aorta.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, he's down in there. Do you do
And-
surgeries?
And the gallery goes wild.
Do you do surgeries too?
We do.
No, you personally.
Me personally?
Yeah.
No.
You don't?
We like to say that we help the surgeons be successful.
Right.
I'm gonna say that's got to
They're
be
just
something.
they're just the meat cutters.
You gotta-
Yeah,
you
they're
gotta
the
stop and
butcher, they're
think.
the butchers. You're the brains behind it.
These
right?
surgeons, though, I mean, to think
Lots
that
of
they can
talent,
go in
yeah.
there and fix a heart, unbelievable. And Jackie Rook is out in the car. She wouldn't want to come up. She was afraid they'd get towed.
Right.
Because apparently finding parking spots in downtown is tough.
You got the parking Nazis down there. They
Yeah,
don't
that's
care.
true.
They're like, we don't care what you're here for. We don't care that you're trying to cure heart disease. We're towing you.
That's right. Dr. David Langholtz, thank you so much. Cindy Bauman, thank you for coming in, and we will see you guys this Saturday at Anabawan Park.